Looks like the last place on Earth you'd prep for the end of the world. Overpriced fuel, a roller grill, a wall of energy drinks. But when every real store has been picked down to the bare metal and the big box shelves are a memory, that little shop off the highway is one of the last buildings in the country still holding supplies. And the things in there that actually keep you alive aren't the ones you'd reach for. I'm not talking about water and snacks. Grab those, obviously. I'm talking about 9 cheap, ordinary items that each do a second, hidden job nobody ever taught you. And 2 of them, you'll be too embarrassed to set on the counter, right up until the day one of them saves your life. Let's go. Number 1. Hand sanitizer. Half the country bought it by the case and never once thought about what's inside the bottle. It's mostly alcohol, 60% or more, which means it pulls double duty. It cleans a wound and it burns. Smear a glob onto a wad of paper and drop a spark on it, and you've got a flame to build on when a wet match won't catch. Just respect it. That alcohol flame is nearly invisible in daylight, so keep it away from your sleeve. 1 bottle, 2 of your worst problems handled, for about $4. Number 2. Contractor trash bags, the heavy black ones, not the kitchen kind. 1 bag is a rain poncho, a ground sheet, and a roof patch all at once. Stuff one full of leaves or crumpled paper and lie on it, because serious the cold ground is where your body heat goes to die, and hypothermia takes people who had no business dying. Cut a slit for your head, pull it on, stay dry. $2 buys you a shelter you can wear. Number 3. Condoms. Yeah. Behind the counter, the last thing anyone grabs in an emergency, and one of the smartest things in the building. A single one stretches to hold close to a liter of clean water when you've got nothing else to carry it in. They're sealed and waterproof, so they keep your matches, your tinder, and your pills bone dry through a downpour. The most embarrassing item in the store is a canteen and a dry bag rolled into one little wrapper. Number 4. A disposable lighter. Cheap, reliable, worth 10 times the price when everything's soaked. Buy 2, keep 1 bone dry. And here's the part people throw straight in the trash. Even after the fuel runs out, that little steel wheel still throws sparks onto tinder. A dead lighter is still a fire starter. It never stops being useful. Number 5. The little white box of anti-diarrheal pills. I can see your eyes glazing over. Stay with me, because this boring $2 box outranks half the gear in your expensive trauma kit. In a collapse, with bad water and no plumbing, an ordinary stomach bug runs you dry from the inside, and dehydration drops grown adults in a day or 2. Painkillers treat your comfort. This treats what actually kills you. Number 6. A bottle of motor oil. It's right there in the automotive rack, and almost nobody sees it as survival gear. Soak a strip of cloth in it, set it in a shallow can, and you've built a lamp that burns for hours on almost nothing. In a pinch, it drags a struggling fire back to life when your wood is damp. Light and heat, sitting on a shelf you walk past every time you fill the tank. Number 7. Super glue, same automotive aisle. The cyanoacrylate in that tiny tube is the civilian cousin of what battlefield medics used to close wounds before the stitches came out. For a deep gash, no, find a real medic. But a split knuckle, a cracked fingertip, a cut that tears open every time you move. 1 drop pinches it shut and seals the infection out. And when it isn't patching you, it's patching the gear that's keeping you going. Number 8. A paper road atlas. I know how that sounds, but the big highway travel stops still rack them. And the second the grid drops or the towers go quiet, that glowing map in your pocket turns into a dead slab of glass, and everyone around you goes blind at the exact same moment. Paper needs no battery, no signal, no satellite. It shows you the back roads, the rivers, the way around the city that's tearing itself apart, while the herd stands in the parking lot refreshing a screen that is never loading again. Number 9. The one nobody will set on the counter. Tampons. Get it out of your system. Then look at what you're actually holding. Sterile, sealed one at a time, engineered to absorb blood. Forget the old internet myth about plugging a bullet hole. A real wound needs hard pressure, not a cork. But for a deep cut or an ugly scrape, that's a clean packaged dressing for $1. Tear the cotton open, and it's some of the finest fire tinder you'll ever light. The string is a wick that'll carry a small flame for half an hour. The most embarrassing thing in the building is quietly one of the most useful. So that's the run. 9 ordinary items, a couple of dollars each, sitting in a store you blow past every single day without a second look. The people who walk out the far side of a bad week were never the ones with the $10,000 bunker. They were the ones who stood in front of an ordinary shelf and saw what everybody else missed. If this earned its spot in your day, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and drop a comment. Which